Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brittany Hayes. If you are new with us, welcome to our team. I'm your ambassador, Diamond Upline, and I'm so excited for this Zoom tonight with Triple Diamond leader Chelsie Hawkins and Double Diamond leaders Chelsie Crawford and Mikaela Brown. We're excited just to bring you guys our best distributor signing tips. All of these ladies on here with me tonight are rock star distributor enrollers. They, from attracting distributors to, the wording they use to telling your story, to sealing the deal, there's absolutely incredible. And so I'm super excited for you guys to hear their tips tonight. We have, if you're watching this live, or if you're watching the replay very soon after this is relevant, if someone's watching this down the road, this piece may not be relevant, but we are having half off Business Builder Kit for the next few days till the end of July. And so this is such a huge opportunity to really, really grow your team, to really, really help people change their lives, to help people get started at half the price, which is obviously half the price it took, for me to get started, half the price for most of you that are on here that it took you to get started. And so what a blessing that we're able to offer this to people. And so we want to make sure we're being good stewards of this opportunity, that we're being confident with this opportunity, and that we have all the tools in our toolbox to go, enroll so many people while we have this incredible leg up right now, an advantage of being able to offer people the ability and opportunity to get started for half off. So we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to give it over to Chelsie Hawkins first. You guys know Chelsie is just always such a consistent enroller. She has been from day one. So I'm excited for you guys just to hear her very best distributor tips. One thing that you're going to notice from hearing every single person talk tonight is that every single person keeps it so simple. They know what works. They know what they know. They do what they know to do. And that's that. And so I hope that you can notice that theme and really just take some things that you hear tonight and just get off this Zoom ready to implement them. If you haven't done follow-ups yet, you're going to want to get off and do your follow-ups and just implement everything that you hear tonight. So Chelsie, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Hey y'all, I am Chelsie Hawkins. I am a triple diamond on this team, and I'm super excited to share my tips with y'all. So number one, above all else, as you're probably going to hear every single one of these girls say, is consistency. Consistency is key whenever you're trying to attract distributors or customers or whatever it may be. So I consistently talk about the business every single day, day in and day out, not just once, but more than once. I'm incorporating it into my life. I am posting what I'm doing with my children and talking about the freedom that this business gives me, and that is attracting people in. I wrote notes so I don't get off track. And then business host to post has been huge for me. I'm sure that you all know about host to post, and if you're not doing business opportunity host to post, you need to start. I just recently started putting my influencer application in the comments of my business host to post, and it's blowing up. Like my phone's blowing up right now with new influencer applications coming through because I just put up a ton of business host to post. And it's been a game changer, y'all. So if you don't have an influencer application, you need to get with your enroller and get one of those set up, because I'm telling you, it's a game changer in your business. And I guess it gives people another way to get in contact with you. They feel that it's real. They feel like they can connect with you. And it's just something that draws them in, really. So that's been huge for me. And then above all else, I lean in, I trust God. I pray specifically that God will give me people and place people in my path that need this business, whether it be financially, whether it be emotionally, whether it be physically with their health and wellness. I just pray specifically every single morning that God places the right people on my path that I can help through this business, because above all else, y'all, he makes no mistakes, and him giving you this business was no mistake at all. And you now have this avenue to help people, help them financially. So share it. I mean, just above all else, share the opportunity and never stop sharing it. This is crazy what we have our hands on. It's completely changed my life. As you all know, if you know me, you know that my life has drastically changed because of this business. And I love to share it with others. And I can't tell you enough to just share it every single day. And then I always keep something about the business in my story. So I'm posting my story on Instagram. I'm linking it to my Facebook. So I just make sure that I have an opportunity post in my story at all times with a poll at the end, with some sort of call to action, telling them to text my phone number, telling them to vote on this story, telling them to ask me questions, swipe up, message me, whatever you need to do, just always adding a call to action and keeping it in your story at all times, because they need to know what you have to offer, and they need to know that this business is available and you're always inviting them in. So that's about it. I feel like I'm talking super fast, but just consistency above all else, following up, always making sure that you're not leaving any stone unturned. Going through your messages, if you're like me and you're super unorganized, making sure you haven't forgotten about anybody, especially during a promotion like this. This half off promotion is like a game changer, y'all. Always follow up. These people that were interested at once, you're always going to be interested. And now that it's half off, they're jumping at it. Like, they're signing like crazy. So don't forget to follow up with every single person that's been interested in the business.
I love that so much, Chelsea. And I love your reminder to everyone that God doesn't make mistakes. Like, you have to know that this business was brought into your life for a reason. If you're not confident in that, you're going to have a really hard time convincing someone else to get started. And the reality is that when you know that, deep down to your core, God brought you this business for a reason, you're going to speak about this business so much more passionately to other people. So if you're finding yourself not signing distributors, ask yourself right now, do I believe that God brought this business to me for a reason? Do I believe that I have what it takes just like everyone else? You guys, Chelsie was so honest with you guys just now. She told you she's unorganized. That's not her strength. But you know what her strength is? Being really, really freaking consistent. I never, ever, ever don't see Chelsie post. I never, ever, ever don't see Chelsie show up on Zooms. She's on every single one of them. And so if you're asking yourself, like, man, like, how can I be more like Chelsie? The answer isn't perfection. The answer is show up. Just show up and do what you got to do. Like, there's going to be things that you're better at than she is. And there's things that, yeah, she might be better at than you are. But at the end of the day, consistency always wins. And so if you will show up and be consistent, it doesn't matter what, strengths that you have or what weaknesses you have, like, those won't define you. It's the fact that you're going to work hard and you're always going to be there. It's hard to beat a girl who doesn't quit, you guys. Or we might have some guys on the Zoom right now too. It's hard to beat a girl or a guy who doesn't quit. And so that's first things first, is you got to have the passion and the belief down pat. And when your passion and belief is where it should be, and then you're consistent, you refuse to quit, you're unstoppable. And that's that. So moving on from there, though, let's go ahead and make sure everyone's muted. Let's go ahead and pass it over to Mikaela. You guys, Mikaela is a force to be reckoned with. She got started and literally went diamond in 30 days, went double diamond in 60 days. She's working on triple right now, and she's doing incredible. She's also so consistent, also shows up no matter what anyone else is or isn't doing. And if I told you guys, look out for some themes when you hear everyone talk tonight, because you're going to notice the simplicity of what they share, but you're also going to notice the constant that they're always there. Even if life hits the fan and things aren't going well for any of them, they're always present, they're always there, and they're always doing what they got to do. They're always posting, they're always active on social media. So Mikaela, go ahead and take it away and give us your best tips.
Okay, sorry in advance for John when she's like going crazy in her high chair right here. But anyway, okay, so I wanted to share something that I heard earlier. I don't know where I heard it exactly, girlfriend, but it's knowing isn't going. Like, we're sharing all these tips with you right now, but you can know them, but if you're not going to apply them, then you're literally wasting your time. If you know the things but you don't do the things, it's just knowing isn't going. You have to move your feet for God to bless you. And if you're not planting any seeds, you're not going to reap the harvest, and he's not going to be able to bless you because of that. So for sure, like, consistency obviously is key. It doesn't matter that, like, even when we don't feel like it, we have to show up. And that's why I take a day every single week and I write out at least 15 life posts for the week. I just think back on the week prior and I think, okay, what times did I feel good? What times did I feel blessed because of this business? And it's normally not the bigger things that we talk about that attract the most people to us. It's literally buying your groceries every week. It's filling your car with gas. You have to think about the simple things. What drew you personally to this business? For me, like, it's not average, but that $10,000, like, that just for me, that was like, oh, okay, there we go. I want that. But for most people, it's $500 a month. So we have to remember to keep it super simple. Even as you climb the ranks, even as you grow your paycheck, we have to remember to keep those things super, super simple. Obviously, like Chelsie said, Distributor Host to Post is a game changer. I am obsessed with it. My gift is enrolling distributors, and the last 2 months I kind of slacked on that and was focusing on customers, but that's not going to build you your residual income as nearly as quickly as signing distributors. And I don't put my application in the comments, but I'm totally going to try that. I am totally open with my phone number. If you're not comfortable with that, obviously don't do that. But for me personally, I haven't had any weirdos text me or anything like that. Being authentic. Don't try to be someone else. Like we watch people girlfriend, still there. We watch people that are like top leaders and we're like, okay, I want to be like them because they're successful. But them being truly themselves is what made them successful and developing their minds. So always try to be authentic. Like this is me. I live in sweatshirts. It just is me. And once I walked into like being okay with being myself on social media, it exploded for me. And so being yourself is super important. Confidence before you even begin. Oh, okay, good. Confidence before you even begin a conversation is so important. Like if you go into a conversation being like, okay, this girl probably isn't going to sign, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. You're making it not going to happen from the very beginning. If you go into the conversation, like before I even message someone, I literally take the time and say, this girl is going to sign up today. She's going to sign up on the spot. She's going to get her 6 LCs in 24 hours. Like she's going to be a full-on rock star. It sounds silly, but I do that with every single convo. Following up is so, so important. I literally had to be followed up with at least 15 times before I joined the first time. So keep that in mind. The trackers that I think Amanda posted in the files on the Fire Tribe, those are a lifesaver. I let so many people slip through the cracks because I was not being organized. And I'm just like Chelsie in that aspect. Sometimes I still just have to scroll back through my messages, especially during these times when all of these promotions are going. It doesn't matter how many times I have texted someone and they have not replied. I will text you until you block my number or until you sign up. And the last thing I have is my secret weapon is TikTok. And I don't really post business videos on there. I literally post videos with the intent of getting those viewers onto my Instagram. And then obviously I always put my stories up, my posts. I never skip a day of posting. I don't care what I'm doing. Yeah, those are my best tips. I think that's it.
I love all that, Mikaela. And again, I love that Mikaela was real with you guys, told you guys she's not super organized, but if you guys didn't catch this, she said Amanda Stein put some amazing trackers in the files of Fire Tribe. So you've got no excuse, even if organization is not your strength. You just heard both Chelsie and Mikaela say that. And so you've got stuff that people who are more organized are making available. And that's one thing I love about the leadership on this team is everyone brings their strengths to the table. And when we pull from everyone's, gifts and talents and tips and tricks, we do have everything that we need. And so go get those from the files of Fire Tribe. Use those to your advantage. It's something really simple you can print out and just write everyone down. And like Mikaela said, you want to follow up until they sign. Because if they were interested, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so find a way, a system to get organized if you feel like you're not, because there is a system for everyone. Mikaela, do you want to answer these questions really quickly before we move on to Chelsie about TikTok to Instagram?
Yeah, I was just typing, but that's way easier. So there's so many different things that you can do on TikTok. For one, definitely use the on-trend sounds. You're going to gain 1 million followers just from that. But finding what you're good at. So I know Amanda did those African recipes on her Facebook. So those would go huge on TikTok. So cooking, healthy foods, dancing. The silly trends are literally what gets you the most. Or for me, I do singing videos on there. Don't ask me why I do those. But those apparently get a lot of traction because I gained 8,000 followers in a short window of time. So just doing things, you really have to just find your niche. Is that what it's called? A niche? Yeah, you find your niche, and then those people are going to want to see more of your content. They're going to want to know more about you. People are nosy. They're going to want to know more about you. And that's how I get them to my Instagram. And you can link your Instagram link into your TikTok bio. So it's super easy.
Yeah. One thing I'll tack on to that, I'm not near as TikTok savvy as Mikaela, but Zach is, you guys. Zach's got 100,000 followers on TikTok. And one thing that Zach does is he has his Instagram linked to his TikTok, just like Mikaela said, she has hers. And I have mine linked too. I only happen to have like 100 followers, so it's really not a big deal over there like these two are. But Zach has his Instagram linked. And so when people watch his cooking videos, which is like what Mikaela was just talking about, cooking does really well, dancing does really well. Anything that's trending, just go start watching stuff and see what's trending. And if there's something that you're like, I could do that, I could pull that off, then, do that, put it out there, put content out and see what happens. But Zach has his cooking videos, and when people watch him and follow him from those, they'll then go follow him on Instagram. He'd have to put it in the chat how much he actually has gotten, but his Instagram following has gone up significantly since he started TikTok. So he doesn't have the 100, like not all 100,000 came over, but I would say he got at least 1,000 just this year, completely organically. They saw his TikTok, went to follow him on Instagram too. And then like Mikaela said, like he will do a business post occasionally on Instagram, and people will see that. So we've had people that have reached out that have seen either him post, or they'll see like him tag me in something and they'll go stalk my stuff. I've had people that have come and they're like, hey, I follow your husband on TikTok and I stumbled across your Instagram. I'm curious what you guys do. So it's such an intricate web. You just don't even know how people are going to stumble across the stuff you really want them to see if you'll just start putting stuff out there. So definitely good tips. Definitely, go check it out. Like what's trending on TikTok. Don't be overwhelmed. What I will tell you is TikTok is not the greatest place for the greens of the group. Talking to Amanda and myself. It's a good place for the people that have the blue in them. That's why Zach does super well over there. And so what I've had to learn is just anything I am going to do, I can't overthink. I was actually talking to Mira about this just the other day, because as you guys know, Mira and I are super close and she's really green. And she was like, I don't understand how these people are doing all this stuff on TikTok. And actually Ashley was there when Mira and I were talking about it. And Ashley's like, you two are just too green for this. She's like, you got to be blue and just like pretend you're blue and get on there. And so I will say the people that I see that do really well over there, they're not overthinking. They're just over there doing amazing. I see Mikaela, Chelsie, they're literally just going over there, just having fun and just not overthinking. So if you're on here and overthinking is a problem for you, go into TikTok knowing I cannot overthink this. I got to just do it. I just got to put some stuff out there and see what sticks. Yes, Amanda, do it. I predict, Amanda, you will get so many followers if you do this. Yeah, Monique says go follow her. Monique's funny. So we all need to learn from the funny ones on the team right now, you guys. The funny ones and the people that can dance and sing. Because, and for me, like Amanda said, legit doomed. Yeah, I was like telling Zach the other day, I'm like, I'm like really feel like I'm like short on skills that'll thrive on TikTok. Can't sing. I'll only dance if I speed it up. I'm like, you're the cook of the family. I'm like, I got to figure out what my niche is for TikTok. Anyways, all right, moving on. I'm going to pass it over to Chelsie Crawford now. You guys, Chelsie is amazing. She's been amazing from day one. She came in with this strong, very sound, rock solid faith that she knew God brought this business into her family's life, and she knew she had to share it with others. And Chelsie has inspired me so much. I know she's inspired all of you guys so much. She has just from the beginning had this unwavering faith, and that is why people are so attracted to her. So I feel like I have to say all this because she's way too humble, and she's not going to brag on herself near as much as she should. But Chelsie, 100%, people flock to her. They're attracted to her because of her faith and because of her strong, sound belief that this business was brought into her life for a reason, which you heard both other Chelsie and Mikaela say. You're going to hear that theme when she talks too. So Chelsie, go ahead and take it away. Are you able?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Am I on? Okay. Hi, you guys. It's so good to be on here with all of you tonight. So yes, a lot of the practicals that Chelsie shared are mine because she is my mentor, my leader, my dear friend. And so, so much of what she does is what she instilled in me, and therefore I instill that into others. So I will touch again just a little bit on that from a practical standpoint, but I also, as Brittani mentioned, just want to share about our heart posture. I think that that is such a huge and beautiful part of this business, what separates our company from so many others. I have been a girl, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have, that has been asked by multiple other direct sales companies to join. You'd be amazing, you'd be this, you'd be that, you'd be da 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 da. But how I felt was always manipulated. And I didn't really feel like they wanted me. They just wanted another person on their board, another person on their team. And so I kind of just skipped right over the practical step, but I'll come back to that. So what I want to say is there are two ways that we can run our business. And that is that way, which I know isn't the way that we run our businesses, because that's what so attracted me. Or we can run it with our heart, our story, our faith, and we can have trust in our business and who we are and what we're about. Because something that I find that I've had to come back to over and over before I even talk to a distributor is the posture of my heart. And now that I'm 6 months into it, and I know how incredible this business opportunity is, I know what it's done for my family. At the end of the month, it'll be 6 months for me. I'm double diamond. You guys, I've signed so many girls, so many customers. It's all been the grace of God, but it has been the biggest blessing for my family. And I know that I was scared once when I very first started this. I know that I didn't have a full grid or a full understanding for what it was all going to look like. And so I find that I have two choices every time I'm talking to a distributor. I can either step into the faith of all that I know that has been the way that's been made for me, or I can have fear going into it of she just doesn't even know what an amazing opportunity this is and what it's going to provide and all the freedom and all the benefits and all the friendship and all the community and the mission and the heart of this company. She has no idea, and I can't overwhelm her with all of those details. And so instantly we feel the fear of losing that person if we're honest with ourselves. Like, what do we say? How best do we go about this to get her in? And I know that that's not our heart, but I know that we can get there. And so number one, every day I pray and I just go, Lord, you know exactly the women that you want to be on my team. You know exactly the women that you want to bless with this. And so help me to be myself. Help me to be genuine, authentic. Help me to share this story well with faith. And not with fear. And I'm telling you, every time that I can be in that posture, be in that mindset, that girl receives it, hears it, feels valuable. Because the reality is this isn't a one-time sale. Like, we're not getting this girl in just to be a one-time sale. This is a relationship. You're going to be walking with her day by day by day by day. And so being authentic, being genuine, putting it all out there, from the very beginning is so, 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 so important. And so, anyway, so going back to practicals just for a second, the consistency is so key. I have found that most of my people I will get on Facebook. However, they will have looked at my stories. A lot of people say, I've been watching you on Instagram. Now, obviously my Instagram is tied to my Facebook. And so they're watching my stories on Facebook or Instagram. And sometimes I feel like, what's really the use of stories? Because I get so much of my business over on Facebook, but I find constantly that people watch your story. So stay consistent with that. Stay consistent with your story and updating your story. When I have a girl reach out to me, the influencer application is huge. I have now stopped having people who host a post for me tag me. I just put my influencer application in the comments and I tell them to fill it out and I'll be in contact with them shortly. And so that has been a huge way. My influencer application has been blowing up this week, blowing up. So many people, even over July, like my entire team has just been in a season of momentum. I mean, like up over the last 6 months. And then July hit and it was a little bit slower. And we were like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But what's happened is all the girls I've been talking to yesterday and today, they have all been watching me over the month of July. So don't ever think in moments where you feel like it's a little bit drier or the momentum is a little bit slower, you don't slow down. You keep your foot on the gas. You keep going because you are always being watched. So keep sharing your story. Keep sharing your why. Keep sharing your heart. Keep sharing the mission and the, I'm so sorry, my camera, there we go. Okay. Keep sharing the heart of the company. That is one of the things that drew me so much to the company. If you guys have not listened to Cammie, Mark, Pam, some of our top leadership just share the heart of the company. We exist to see families thrive financially, mentally, emotionally, physically. That is the heartbeat of the company, to see families thriving. That's why we have programs set up to offer incredible quality products that are high end and yet for affordable prices. I mean, the loyal customer program that we have, it's amazing. It's because we care about families. We care to see them thriving. I have not ever seen a direct sales company do more sales than we do, where we give discounts for different things. It's amazing. It's because there's such a heart to see families thriving. So you're inviting women into a movement. You're inviting them into something that's bigger than just hurting a bunch of people. And it's about giving people an opportunity to invest, not only in their family financially or in their health, but to be an on-ramp, a platform for other people to have the same opportunity and to love what they do, not feel like it's just, and I guess it's partly what I feel with some other companies. It's like, oh, it's a good, makeup line, or it's a good this, and this isn't bashing any other company, but there's something really tangible to what we do. I can be really passionate about what I do because I'm changing things and I'm helping people. And not only are they achieving goals, but they're bettering themselves in so many different areas. All of our products, 10% going to fighting human trafficking. That's super near and dear to my heart, so you're inviting people into something that is just so much bigger. And so going into it with faith over fear. And I think that's what I keep coming back to is, that you have, even when you're sharing, okay, this is a big one. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. But when you get to the, okay, well, how much does it cost to start? Oof. $99, and you're a little bit, you got some negativity over it, you got some fear over it because you're like, I might lose her. You guys, $99 is nothing. I am an interior designer by trade. I started my own design firm several years ago. I had to pay hundreds of dollars to start, thousands to start my business. Then on top of that, I had to pay hundreds of dollars weekly for a bookkeeper to keep all of my books. Then I had to pay for an accountant. Then I had to pay for a lawyer. I mean, think of all of the fees, dues, et cetera, that you have to start your own business. You pay $99 right now, $49. Okay. Then right now you have 7 digital Skinny Brew experience packs that are gifted to you. So that's $140 cash in your wallet. Then you have an amazing mentor who's there to help you get your first 6 customers. So then you get $150 on top of that. And if you're married, you sign your husband up for $49. You go sign 6 customers up under him and you make $150. Plus another $150 in shopping spree money. You guys, this is no brainer. There's no risk. Like, what risk is there? So when you go to talk to them about the $49 enrollment fee, your enthusiasm is everything. When you tell them that they have a $20 a month administrative fee, you guys, hundreds of dollars a month for a bookkeeper, $20 to run your entire business. I mean, when I talk to girls about it that way, it's all about how we approach it. It's all about how we come to it. If it's like we're fearful that they're going to say no because we're about to tell them that they have a $99 enrollment fee or a $49 enrollment fee, then of course it's going to make them feel nervous or like, oh, I have to invest a little bit more. But when you go, girl, it's $49 and look what you get and look what you get and look what you get. And I'm going to help you with this. And are there any other fees, in addition or whatever? You have just a $20 a month administration fee. And guess what? Your entire business is run for you, everything. There's no home inventory. There's no this. And then I'll tell my story. I was a small business owner for years. I paid hundreds of dollars to a bookkeeper a month to run my business, and I get to only pay $20 a month for everything to be done for me. That's unheard of. And she's like, yeah, it is, and that's the story over and over. It's all about how we come to it. And so I just want to encourage you guys, don't come to it with fear, come to it with faith, come to it with your heart. And, okay, let me see what else there is. Another thing is my story is constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. And so making sure that initial text, because I always text all of my potential distributors first, like a written out text. And I'm constantly changing my story because I don't want it to be too long, but just bullet points. And then as soon as I send that to her, I will say, you know, hey, Chelsie, I am so excited to talk more with you. I know it's helpful to have a visual, but I would love to get on the phone with you. I would love to answer any more questions about my story, the mission of the company, the heart of the company, anything that you want to know. I'm an open book. So I can't wait to talk to you. And then at that point, she'll say, tell me more, and we'll just go into it. So again, people buy into your passion. They buy into your story. They buy into your why, your enthusiasm. And so if you don't really know what that is, I just encourage you to take time, get before the Lord and ask him, why did I sign up for this? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And get your passion, get your why. You know, are you doing this for $500 a month? Or are you doing this to come home and be with, whatever it is, get it in you so that your heart, it comes out of you as you're talking with people. So yeah, and then the last thing, and I'm sorry, Brittany, I think I'm probably talking way too long, but is making sure you have a system in place for launching this new distributor. This is one of the most critical things, and I've been asked by so many distributors over and over and over, what systems do I have in place? That entire first week, I have day-to-day system set in place for every new distributor that I enroll, because it's so hard to not overwhelm them. And if you don't set up a system like a 1, 2, 3 of everything that they're going to do over the first week, then you can overwhelm them. And so I basically have my like welcome packet, if you want to call it that, written out. And every day it's like, I'll say, okay, here's these 2 videos, you go watch them and then come back to me and we'll move into your next spot or into the next step. And by like the 5th or 6th day, they understand everything. And so it's so key. If you guys don't have a system in place for, and of course, Brittany and Chelsie and everyone has provided all of that, but really making sure that you are knowing what you're supposed to do. And if not, like talk to someone, because launching your distributors is so important, and doing that well and making sure that they don't come in going, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, you know, but doing it in a way that they really feel just come alongside and surrounded and encouraged and excited. You want them to not lose their excitement within the first few days because they're overwhelmed by so many groups and this and that and all of that. And so that part is really, really important to me. It's setting up their office space, you know, getting all their systems in order. And anyway, that has been very, very helpful to have a plan for me so that I know what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm sorry I was very long-winded, but I love you guys and I'm praying over all of your businesses constantly. And I know that God really is setting our business apart, and I'm watching it. I'm so thankful to be a part of such an incredible company. And so yeah, thanks for letting me share for a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Chels. I love everything that you shared so much. And you guys, if you didn't take this away from her little ending part about how she sets everyone up strong, she gives them things to watch and then they come back to her once they've watched it. And that is absolutely so huge, because if you want to make sure you're not overwhelming them, you give them something and then make sure they've done it before you give them more. Like so often we're just like, you know, shooting out of a fire hose to people and they're like, I haven't even had a chance to watch the first video. And so by doing it that way, like you're putting a little bit of like some of the responsibility back on them. Like they have to take what you've given them and then they'll come back to you and they're ready for more. And I personally do that as well. And I think that is such a good way. And that allows you to really run with the runners, walk with the walkers, because if someone watches the 2 videos in the next couple hours, they're like, okay, what else do you got for me? They're ready to run. If someone takes 3 days to watch it, then you know that they're taking a little bit slower, and that's fine. But that allows us as a leader to make sure we're not overwhelming people, which is huge, because we never want to do that. And everyone starts this business for different reasons, different goals, and we want to make sure we're being mindful of the pace that they want to go at. But I'm just going to leave you guys with my last few tips, and then we will wrap this up. A couple things that I just have felt so passionately about from the beginning. This is how I've signed literally all my distributors, and that is number 1, telling my story. Telling your story on your Facebook and your Instagram and giving some sort of call to action at the end. I like to put my phone number, so I say message or text opportunity 2, and then I have my phone number. Like Mikaela said, I have also never had a weirdo text me, so don't let fear hold you back. If you sign someone, you're going to be giving me. So I personally think that is just so huge to give people your number right from the beginning as a point of contact, because so many people don't want to comment on the post. They may not even want to message you, but they'll text you that word. That's an easy thing to do. And then now that we have the influencer applications, and I saw some people asking questions in the comments about this, so I'll say something about that in a second. But now that we have influencer applications, I drop it in the comments, and then I have it in my Instagram bio. And so what I do on Instagram is at the end of the post, I'll say, message me or text opportunity to, put my phone number, and then I say, or fill out my influencer application in my bio. And then on Facebook, I say, message me or text opportunity to, or fill out the influencer application in the comments. So easy peasy, just switch the wording a little bit for Instagram versus Facebook. And then what I also do, and if you have over 10,000 followers and you're watching this, you can do this. And then if you don't, I'm gonna tell you how to pivot and do this differently too. But if you have over 10,000 followers on Instagram, you have the swipe up option in your story. So what I also like to do is I like to put some slides in my story. I had one in my story last night that some of you guys maybe have seen. I think has cycled off now because it's been more than 24 hours. But basically it's like the same picture of me 4 times. And it just says something like, 4 years ago, I was, living paycheck to paycheck, and praying for a solution for my family to get out of debt. And then the next slide will say something like, I was following a girl on social media and watching her rapidly change her family's life by working off her smartphone. And then the next slide says something like, I jumped in and never looked back. Now my life looks like complete freedom, and so many opportunities have opened up for my family. I'm able to be a present mom while also providing lucratively for my kids. And then the next slide will say, if this sounds like something you need in your life or are interested in, swipe up and fill out my influencer application, and I will contact you. So they can swipe up. And then if you don't have the 10,000 followers, so you don't have the swipe up yet, you can just say, if this sounds like something that you're interested in, or that you've been praying for your family, head over to my Instagram and click the link in my bio and fill out the application, and I'll connect with you. So easy peasy, you can still do it. You just change the wording. But I think that is absolutely so huge to give people that call to action. And what I love about the little slides in your story is it's simple. You can make it in literally 3 minutes. I write on the picture, and then I save it, and then I erase what I wrote, write the next slide, save it. So I write them all ahead of time, and then once I save them all, then I just post 1, 2, 3, 4, add the call to action to the end. But some people watch your stories and maybe don't read your posts. Some people read your posts, don't watch your stories. So I like to put stuff out there everywhere. Kind of like Mikaela was talking with TikTok. That's how I feel about stories versus posts. I want to make sure I have content on all sides. That way, somewhere or another, they're going to see my stuff. Some people will absolutely watch you for a while before they reach out. Emily asked in the comments, how often do you sign DTs who never watch the videos or ignore you? So we're talking about once they already sign. I mean, that happens a lot. And honestly, what I will tell you is that's why, number one, you want to always be enrolling, because you don't know who's going to run and who's going to, not take it seriously. But second of all, you never want to give up on someone. I have had so many distributors, and I know that, other girls speaking tonight will say the same thing. I've had so many distributors who maybe don't do a lot right at first, maybe even the first 3, 4, 5 months, but then something happens in their life and they come to me and they're like, hey, I'm really ready to take this seriously now. And so you always want to keep a great relationship with everyone you sign. Always make sure you're present on social media. You're showing them a lot of love, and you're a positive influence in their life. You're a light in their life, because they may not act like they want it right now. And yeah, they paid the $99, they got started, and they're just not doing anything with it. But in the meantime, you're going to be positive, be a good influence in their life. You're going to be always bringing in new people, like Chelsie just said in the comments. And then when something happens in their life where they're like, I really should get back with Brittani and really grab hold of this opportunity. She's still killing it. Her whole team's still killing it. Like, I got to be a part of this. You've kept an open door there. You kept a good relationship, and they're going to keep watching you, and they're going to be like, hey, I'm ready to get started. And so don't ever let it get to you that someone's not working right away. Maybe right now it's just not a strong priority for them, but the reality is the business is a strong priority for you. So you're going to keep enrolling, and you're going to be there when they are ready to run. I wanted to say this really quick because it's been just a little while, and that's about telling your story, because I know we have a lot of people on here who are new, or maybe you feel like you haven't had, a ton of success with the business yet. So you're like, I just don't really know what to say. This is where I get hung up. So I'm just going to real quick run through, and you can just kind of listen, take some notes, and then get your wheels turning on how you would write this for yourself. If you want to watch the replay later and listen to it again, that's fine. But just something as simple like, For months and months, I watched a girl on social media rapidly change her life with a business she worked off her smartphone. I couldn't shake the feeling that I kept seeing her post for a reason. So finally one night I reached out to her and got started and never looked back. Now I work off my smartphone too, and I'm so excited about what the future holds. I know God is doing so many things in my family's life through this opportunity, and I know the best is yet to come. If you have been praying for a solution for your family, a way to pay off debt, a way to, break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, I would absolutely love to talk to you about how working off your smartphone with me might just be the solution you've been praying for. Message me or text opportunity 2, or fill out my influencer application in the comments, and I would love to connect with you and give you more info. Boom. You could have made $5 so far, and you can write that post. You don't have to have a huge success story to inspire someone. You don't have to have a huge success story to spur someone towards change. You just have to be a beacon of hope and a ray of sunshine in their life. You've got to be the light on their social media. And I promise you, if you're telling a story that, is giving them hope, if you are telling a story that inspires them, like, they're going to eventually reach out to you if they need to change too. And most people are looking for a change right now. So don't overcomplicate it, and don't think you don't have a story, because you do. You just got to open your mouth and start telling it. The last thing I want to say, and the girls touched on this too, but that is follow-ups. Follow up, follow up, follow up. I will be completely transparent with you guys. The months that I enroll the least distributors are the months that I am not doing my follow-ups as diligently as I could. I may be following up with my most recent potentials, but I'm not following up with the older ones. The months I'm signing the most distributors are the months that I'm following up extremely diligently with everyone. And so if that convicts you, because again, I'm telling you, I'm not perfect. I have months where I do less follow-ups, and it shows. So if you're listening to that and you're like, maybe that's my problem, maybe that's why I haven't been signing, I have a lot of potentials, I haven't been following up. Take tonight and go through your potentials and just do mass follow-ups. If you go to the thread in Fire Tribe from last night from the announcements, I shared in the comments a quick little follow-up message. You can follow up with your potential distributors about the promotion going on right now. Copy that. You can use my wording, copy and paste, send it to all your potentials. I promise you, if you will get back on track with your follow-ups, you will start having those conversations again. You'll notice people that you haven't talked to in a few months that were interested a few months ago, answer back. And a lot of them will be ready to get going. They'll be like, hey, can I sign Friday when I get paid? Like, you'll start being invigorated by where those conversations are going. And that excitement will only bring more momentum, and that will come out in your posts, and you'll start attracting even more distributors. So often, a lot of the times, if we have a lot of potentials, it's just a matter of we haven't followed up enough. So take the advice. I think it was Mikaela who said it. She follows up with everyone until they block her or until they sign. And more often than not, they're going to sign. They're not going to block you. So follow up, follow up, follow up. I have followed up with some of the best leaders on this team for months and months and months and months. And so if you want your next presidential diamond on your team, your next triple diamond, your next double diamond, your next diamond leader, it might just be a matter of they're a few follow-ups away. It might just be a matter of you need to connect with them a few more times. So make sure you're fostering those relationships, you're staying in touch with people, and people will sign. If they were interested, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. I will get this recording uploaded soon. Let's go have an incredible night tonight, do some follow-ups. Let's bring as many new distributors as we can during this promotion, you guys. Chelsie just really hit the nail on the head when she said, how blessed are we to be a part of a company that does so many promotions, that goes above and beyond to, give people the very, very best deal when it comes to products, to give people an incredible deal like this, to sign as a distributor for half off. Like, they don't have to do stuff like that, but they do. And so now it's our job to be good stewards of that and to tell people about it. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys later, and I will get this recording uploaded. Thank you so much to both of you, Chelsea's and Mikaela, for sharing tonight. I know everybody got so much value from this. You guys go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments if you got value from this tonight. Let the girls know how much you appreciate their time. We love all of you guys so much. Bye, guys.